Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to show you a complete project with 8 tables and the pages relevant to that table and code units which are used for that table. We will see some more information about the table like how what is a key and how to add the keys, what is a lookup and various information about it. We are going to see these tables. That is, first one is I have already created the table show, that is television show type, playlist header, playlist line, playlist item read, television show entry, publisher, listenership entry, and television show fan. So let us see what I have created and what are the primary keys, secondary keys I have created. Okay, so before understanding all these concepts, let us understand what is the table properties, that is the components of the table. So every table have properties, that is the basic properties of the table. Like you can give the caption for the table, so that is, we'll call it as a properties. Okay, so that properties you can just check it here. So once if you enter and if you press the control and space, you can see various properties here: caption ml, column store index, everything. Okay, so these are all the basic properties of every table. Okay, and for the table you can define the triggers. Okay, and every table have its own fields. So fields in the sense column, you have to create a column, and of course every field has its own triggers and properties as well. Okay, so this is the basics of, I'm just talking about the table structure, and then you can use keys. Okay, even keys has its own properties. Okay, so keys, if we talk about the key is used to find uniqueness, like unique record in the table, that we already know. Let us understand, let us go one by one for the fields. How many fields you can specify in a single table is what you can specify: 500 fields in a single table. Okay, and a defined record size of 8000 bytes. 8000 bytes are allowed, that is with each field size as its maximum. So even if you size maximum, given maximum size, so it should have uh, 8000 bytes, and you can use 40 keys. Okay, 40 keys for a single table. 40 keys in the sense you should have only one primary key. Okay, and other 39 keys should be the secondary key. Okay, and to number, as you know, like while if you are numbering the table, that is a table id, this is the unique id. This id should be different. Okay, and this id should be between 50,000 to 99,999. Okay, this should be 50,000 to 99,999. Okay, here you can see that this is the table show. Okay, television show table, and these are all the fields which I have created here. Okay, so here you can see that I have created the table relation as television show type. I also have another television called television show type. Okay, here one of the thing is what the I have two fields, that is code and description. So that is what I have extended here, television show type. Okay, that complete table I have related. Okay, and then I have name. So here you can see what all I have created. Okay, and these are all the television show type, these are all the fields which I have created. And this psa planned activity, psa means public service announcement, planned activity, what are that. And I have created the primary key for that as well. If you just scroll down, you can see that it's a primary key number, and other two keys are secondary key. Okay, this is the name which you have to give. You can give sk, which is a secondary key. Next one sk1, which is the secondary key one, or else if you want to use the same name, you can use that. Okay, name and the host name, I have used a name and the host name as the secondary key. Okay, and also I have used the field group here. I've already discussed about what is a field group in the previous video. If you have any doubt, you can go and see, check there, how your table should look like as a brick or as a drop down, how it should look like. So I have created that. Okay, and a small trigger I have created, because on delete, what it has to do, like it will go, that is X page 9006. This 9006, if you just keep your cursor over there, okay, you can see that what is that 9006. Okay, this is the page which we have already got it. So table keys are used to identify records. So table keys are used to identify records. Why we should identify the records? To speed up filtering and sorting purpose. So that is why we need a key, so we can easily filter it up and sort it. Okay, so this is what we have used it here in the first table show. Okay, so let us see the next table. So here you can see I have used the primary key and also the secondary key here. And for this table I have created two pages called television show list and television show card. Okay, and the next table is what? Television show type. Okay, so if you go and click here television show type, it is a simple table where I have used a lookup page ID, that is television show type, and drill down page ID, it's also a television show type. And here you can see that this is what the general property of a table. Okay, and here you can see that this is the two fields I have created, that is code and the description. Okay, and the next one for this, I have created a page as well, that is a television show type page. And the next table is what? The playlist header. For that I haven't created any key or anything else. Simply what I have did is I have created the playlist header to maintain the playlist record. So here if you go and click a playlist header, you can see only the field over here. Okay, so here you can see that this is a simple table which I have created. The next one is what? The table playlist header. Okay, table playlist header we have completed. Next one is playlist line. Okay, so here I have created document number and line number as a primary key, that is a combination. Okay, that is a playlist line if you go and see. So this is the combination, and here I have created document, and this is the type, that is an option members. If you want to give the option members, that should be enclosed within the curly braces. Okay, what is the members you want? I want a resource, show, and time. So you have to give with a comma, separated with a comma, and end with a semicolon, and close, and do all these things inside the curly braces. And while talking about the field, that is number, what I have used is what? The table relation. Okay, and I'm just referring to the resource table. This is the resource table which is already there in Microsoft, like AL object. Okay, if you go and search in the object designer page designer, you can see that it is already there. That is the Microsoft object resource. Okay, and the next one is what? The television show is also, we have also already created that television show. And item is also a Microsoft object, it's already created. I'm just referring to this table relation. I just wanted to show how to create a table relation, so I have used that inside. And then if you just scroll down, you can see I have used the primary key, that is two as a single primary key. See, I told you one primary key in the sense you can create the combination of a primary key. So you can see that document number and line number together, we'll call it as a primary key. Okay, so as I told earlier, you can create 40 keys. So in that one primary key, for that one primary key, that is the maximum of one key is 16. Okay, here you can give 16 fields you can give. Okay, and that continuously it is called as a primary key. And the secondary key can utilize up to 13 fields. Okay, so I have created the primary key and given the properties as the clustered, which is true. The next one is what? The playlist item rate. So if you go and click here playlist item rate, here you can see that here also I have just related the table vendor, which is the already inbuilt object, and also the customer. So this is the table name. So if you just place your cursor, it will tell you it is a table. Okay, and if you just place it, it will tell you it is a it is a field. Okay, and if just it's a constant value that is used to reduce the number of displayed records. Okay, so this it's very simple. So I have used a field that is a table relation. Wherever it is applicable, you can use it. And for this, I have already created a page called playlist item rate. And next one is the television show entry. These are all the fields which I have created. And the entry number is what PK, that is, sorry, it's a primary key, and television show number and date is the foreign key. So if you go to the television show entry, you can see that this is, here you can see that this is a sum index fields which we have created for the key. Don't confuse about this, because this is a key name. Okay, as I told earlier, so you can create a key name. That key name might be anything. I have created it as reporting. Okay, so key name, and here its property, the key properties are some index fields. Okay, so this sum index field technology, this is what field will be continuously maintained by the AL itself. Like here you can see that this field specify which field should be aggregation field. If you want to specify any specific field as an aggregated field, then you can use the sum index fields. Okay, so here you can see that we have used fee amount. So basically your key will be on television show number, okay, date, and its sum index field is was fee amount, which means that date wise fee amount based on the television show number. Okay, likewise this, so here you can understand this defines that SIFT index on television show number date with aggregation field for count sum of fee amount. Okay, this is the fee amount which we have, okay, here. Okay, so you can also create a key with a sum index. So with keys, we have various options to go with. So like sum index, you have other options like maintain SQL index for determines whether the SQL server index corresponding to the field. Okay, so if you want to maintain SIFT index, so that you can clear, that you can create clustered is equal to true. If you want to indicate whether the key defines the clustered index or not. Okay, unique, so you have various options for the key. If you just simply press control and space, here you can see clustered, description, enabled, okay, unique, you have various options here. And the next table is what, the table publisher. Even in publisher I have only two fields, simply a field and with a page for that. The last one is what, the listenership entry. So here you can see the listenership, all the tables which I have created here, listenership entry. Okay, here I have used the option member. Wherever it is possible, you can give the options for that. And here you can see that this is the clustered is equal to true I have given. And again I have used the sum index field. Okay, and if you just scroll down, you can see stable television show fan. Okay, so television show fan, what are all the important field which I have created. So I have also the pages accordingly for that specific table. Okay, I have created the relevant page for that. There is no any special thing which I have included in the page. So now let us understand the code unit which I have used here. Okay, so the coordinate which is used here for the television is what? So the first coordinate is what, the create playlist header. This is for the playlist header. If you just go and see the playlist header, you have what all the thing which you have is what, number, television show number, description, broadcast date, duration, start time, end time, right? So for all these things I have created. So procedure, helper, create. So this is what, if you want to create a code in it, you have to start with a procedure. This is the keyword. If you want to know more about the code unit, I have already published two videos for coordinate, how to create a coordinate. Okay, so procedure is the keyword to create a coordinate, sorry, to create a function, a specific function inside the coordinate. And here you can see this is a complete coordinate. Coordinate is also an object in a AL programming. So once you create it, you can create a specific procedure for that. So this is procedure and this is the procedure name. You can create your own procedure name. Okay, so this is for, and it is better if you are trying to access any table, if you are trying to create a procedure for any specific table, give the table name so that you can easily understand. Okay, helper create playlist header. Here I'm just passing the parameters. Okay, like what are the thing which I have, it is better to go with, the same data type and also the size which you have created. So here I have created code 20, television show number, everything. I have passed it as the parameter, and I have created a variable called playlist header. Okay, and begin with. So with is used to execute the bulk of statement and to fasten your execution. So with playlist header, so this playlist header is what the variable which you have created. You're going to begin, and I'm just going to assign this number. Okay, that is the that is the number. No is what we have created now to the no. This is what the field which I have in my table. Okay, this television show number is a parameter. Here you can see this is a parameter. Whatever you are declaring inside the procedure name, that will be considered as a parameter. Okay, there is no relation between this table and this parameter. Okay, and you're trying to assign this parameter to the field in your table. Okay, this is the parameter and you're assigning that field, that parameter into the field in the table. Okay, accordingly we are doing all these things. Likewise, I have created for the helper, that is of creating a fan, that is a table fan we have created. No, likewise we have created for the create show type and create a television show for every table. So what I'm trying to you do with this code unit is what I'm going to populate the data with the coordinate itself. So I'm not going to enter anything over there on the screen, I'm just going to populate everything. Okay, so here you can see once what happens once if it go, this is the function call. Okay, these are all the function call and this is the procedure function creation. Procedure function you can accordingly based on the programming language it will change. And here you can see this is the procedure creation. Here we have created the procedure, and from here we are calling the procedure. Okay, so now if you see here, this is for, let us see for the television show. Okay, if you just go to the television show you can see. Okay, this is the television show. Fine. So what I have used is whatever the parameter which I have passed it here, television show number, show code, name, runtime, everything I have passed it here. So for all these things, what I have to do is what I have to pass the value from here. Okay, so this is what, so I am passing the value. So once the procedure, I am inside a procedure, that is I am creating a procedure and I am calling the procedure which I have already created. Okay, if you just come down you can see that this is the procedure which I have already created. I am calling it and I am passing the value to that parameter. So what happens here, if I create t as 001, so what is happening here, the instead of this number the ts001 will be passed. Okay, and here the ts001 will be stored in the television show.no, and then second parameter will be stored here, third parameter will be stored likewise. Okay, and I'm just trying to pass every individual value here. Okay, if you want, if you are confused with even now how this procedure is passing and calling, please let me know. I'll create a separate video for that, like a procedure and function, and I'll post it for you. So now let us just go ahead with this. Okay, whatever I have created, television shows and everything, and I'm just going to launch it. Unit. Okay, that is a code unit which is created to populate the data into it. Fine. So how we can call this code unit? The code unit is created, but we have to call the code unit to execute it, right? So what I have did is what in the page television show card, And below the layout I have the option called actions. In the actions I have created the action called populate data. So once if I click the populate data, and what happens is that populate data will execute this code on action, it will execute this code unit. So that code unit I have to give that in the variable. Okay, so that is on the page that is, this is a global variable I have created for that page with the variable name called my code, and in that I have called the code unit. Okay, so I have called the code unit. Once if I click the populate data, it will be triggered. So you can see that this page id is 50114. So in the launch.json we are going to give 50114. Now I'm going to execute this code. Let's see what is happening. So click Control and F5, it will start executing. Now you can see that there is no data into it. Okay, so this is the exact screen which we have created. This is the television show card. You can see here, this is television show card where I have general. Okay, this is the group, first group, this is general. Okay, and next one is what the requirements, and the third one is what the statistics. You can see all these things, requirements and statistics here. So now let us try to execute this. And in the actions whatever I have given here, this is the one action which I wanted to do, that is the populate data. So if you click this action, you can see populate data is available here. So what will happen if I click this? That trigger will start executing test code unit television test on run success. So it has created, so whatever I have created is what everything is created. Okay, so whatever I have written in the code unit, everything is created in the television shows, television show type, create fan, create playlist, everything is created here. And let us click OK. Here you can see all the data which we have populated over there. Okay, so you can just go back, and if you go and press television, so television show list, you can see that what are the list we have populated. Those lists are here. Okay, TS001. Okay, this data is here. And if we go and so this is the fact box. Okay, this fact box we have created here in the television show list. So let us go and see what we have written in the television show list. This is the fact box. Okay, this fact box we have created, and what we want is what the name and the email. This is not the fact box, let me just show you. Okay, television show fan fact box, right? So this is what the page, television show fan fact box. You have name, email and the last contacted. Okay, everything is here. So this is the fact fan box, and if you click here, okay, you can view the data. Fine. So that is what we have written in the code. Okay, so television card, what it has to do, and everything we have written here clearly. Okay, so the source table is what television show, and the complete data which we have written here. And the same thing like television show, if you go and click for the television show table, television show, you can see that. Okay, so this is the table relation. So based on this everything is coming up. Okay, the option members, frequency, if you click here, hourly, week, daily, weekly and monthly. So this is what we have given in the option members. Okay, whatever you are giving as an option members, you will be getting that in the drop down. And in the television show type, okay, let me just scroll. Yeah, television show type, we have related a table itself. Here you can see the television show type is what the table itself, that complete table we have connected in a one as a single field. So if you click here television show type, you can see that this is what the table which is coming up here. Okay, so you can just go and we haven't created any report over here, so we have just created a code unit and try to call that code unit through that. Okay, so again if you go and execute the code unit, it will show some error because almost all the data which you have given is populated. Okay, and in whatever the table or whatever the place where you wanted to populate the data which has been populated here, if you want to again run this table, that is a code unit without any error, then what you have to do is you have to go here, delete all the data. Okay, because I just wanted to tell you, if you want to see the success, then you have to either go and delete it or else you have to populate the different data over here. Okay, so you can also check all these things like whatever we have created, no, everything you can go and check whether all the data is populated or not. This you can try. Okay, I hope you like this video. So if we will also see few important thing like how to create a keys, what is the purpose of the key, and how to create a code unit, like because here we have a bigger code unit, right? I have already discussed like how to call the code unit, how to execute the code unit and everything. If we, so I'll be creating a blog, that is I'll be posting all these codes into that blog. What you can do is you can just create your own pages and table and just see how everything works. Okay, because in few things I have given like a drop lookup page id. Okay, what is happening there? If you give lookup, what happens there, and how it is working out, everything you have to just try and do practically. If you do, you will get some more idea from that. Okay, so we will see in another video with an different concept. Might be I'll try to add some more data, that is some more queries into it. Before that, you should know what is a query. So we will see what is a query and how to use a query in al function, al programming, and then I'll show you how to use the query in any project. Thank you, take care, bye bye.